Hi guys, welcome back to another day of CKLA Listening and Learning. We are going to continue our domain on Greek myths, and today we are going to listen to a story about two brothers and a female god, which is a goddess. All right? So the two brothers that we're going to listen to are from where? Where are the gods and goddesses? Where do they live? Okay, they originate from Mount Olympus in Greece, all right? And so our purpose for listening today is we want to find out who made the first mortal creatures. Remember the word immortal means they never die. So mortal means, yes, good job. Mortal means that they do die. So according to Greek mythology. All right, let's get into our story. Get your reading caps on, get your reading caps on. Long ago, there were two brothers named Prometheus and Epimetheus. Their names fit them perfectly. Prometheus means foresight or thinking ahead in Greek, and Epimetheus means hindsight or thinking afterward. Prometheus was quite clever and was always planning in an effort to make things better for himself and for those around him. On the other hand, his brother Epimetheus was always doing foolish things without even thinking. The ancient Greeks believed that it was Prometheus who first created human beings and that it was his brother who made all of the other creatures. Zeus gave the two brothers gifts to give the living things. So while Prometheus scooped up some river clay and began to make human beings in the likeness of the gods, his brother Epimetheus made all sorts of animals and gave them all good gifts. The animals could see, smell, and hear better than humans. And they had fur to keep them warm, unlike man, who shivered in the cold. Zeus, the king of the gods, noticed all of these new animal creatures hopping, swimming, flying, growing, and walking on the earth. Zeus told Epimetheus, "These toys of yours are quite amusing. Some of them make me laugh." Like that? What did you call it? Elephant? What an imagination you have. Others are quite beautiful in their own way. This morning I was watching your dolphins leap and play in the water. They were very graceful. To Prometheus he said, "But these humans of yours, what good are they? The other creatures are bigger, faster, or stronger. Humans just sit around. I think you should get rid of them and try something else." Prometheus, however, had something else in mind when he created humans. He suggested, "Please be patient, great Zeus. I think you will be surprised and pleased at how quickly humans can learn and how useful they could be." Zeus agreed that this sounded like a fine idea. "Very well, I will give humans time to prove they are worthy. If they do not do so, however, you will have to get rid of them." Now, what do you think is going to happen? Prometheus wants to show Zeus this wonderful creation he's made, humans, but he wants to show them how great they are, right? What do you think is going to happen? Let's see. Prometheus felt sorry for the humans, though. They had no fur to keep them warm, nothing to light the darkness, and nothing with which to cook their food. Humans needed fire, especially if they were to prove themselves. He asked Zeus for the gift for the humans, but Zeus refused. "Fire," he said, "is just for the gods." Prometheus knew the humans needed fire. With fire, he thought to himself, they can soften metal and bend it into shapes to make tools. So with these tools, they can plow fields, fish, and hunt for food, cook that food, and build shelter in which to live. Human beings need fire, but getting it for them will be very dangerous. Prometheus knew that up on Mount Olympus, where most of the gods live, there was one carefully guarded fire. The gods and goddesses used this fire to cook their food. From this same fire, however, came the dangerous lightning bolts that Zeus would fling through the sky. In fact, all fire came from that one source. Zeus had said, "Fire is too dangerous for these ridiculous humans to use wisely. Only we gods and goddesses shall have it." Yet Prometheus was determined to bring fire to humans, even if it meant disobeying the king of the gods. Prometheus picked a stalk of fennel and carried it up to Mount Olympus. When no one was looking, he dropped a burning coal from the fire into the plant's hollow center, where no one could see it. Then he carried the plant, with the fire hidden inside, down to the earth. Not long after that, Zeus noticed smoke rising from the earth. Gazing down in amazement, he saw that humans were now doing all sorts of wonderful new things. Zeus thought, it seems human beings really are worth keeping around. At the same time, however, he was furious when he found out that humans possessed fire, when he himself had forbidden this. Guessing at once who was responsible, Zeus promised, "I will teach Prometheus and these human beings of his that they must obey me." Zeus was angry that humans had fire, but he decided to let them keep it and instead punish man in another way. To punish man, I will use another human, a very special human. Zeus ordered one of the gods to make the first woman. He then asked each of the goddesses and gods for some wonderful qualities or talents for this new human, explaining, "I want someone who possesses all of the most wonderful characteristics. I shall name her Pandora." The name Pandora means all gifts. The gods gave her the gifts of beauty, persuasion, intelligence, and curiosity. So, guys, what do you think persuasion means? Well, persuasion is the ability to get others to agree with you. So, we're going to see how Pandora uses her what? Persuasion. When Zeus finally sent Pandora down to the earth as a gift to Epimetheus, he sent her with a closed box and warned her to never open it. Pandora, however, desired to know what was in the box. She fought against her curiosity, but day after day, night after night, the question nibbled away at her. Pandora would often sit and look at the box, wondering, wanting to open it, but always stopping herself. One day, when none of the housekeepers or servants were around, Pandora went to gaze at the box. Finally, she thought surely one little peek couldn't hurt. She stood up and studied the closed box one last time before she took a deep breath and opened the lid. Out of the box burst all of the frightening, saddening, angering, causing, terrifying evils and sorrows. Greed, hate, anger, pain, disease, disaster swarmed from box and around Pandora. She tried to shove them back inside, but she was too late. Out they flew in all directions. By the time Pandora was able to replace the lid back on the box, only one thing remained: hope. All right, guys, now we're going to get into our comprehension questions. So, myths often try to explain how things came to be in the world. What does this myth attempt to explain? Good. This myth attempts to explain how humans and animals were created and how sorrow and sadness came into the world. Now, according to Greek mythology, who made the first mortal creature? Good job. Prometheus and Epimetheus. Now, which name means foresight? Great. Prometheus. Which name means hindsight? Yes, Epimetheus. Now, what kind of creatures did they make? Prometheus made humans and Epimetheus made animals. Great job. All right, guys, we're gonna stand up, get our wiggles out, wiggle it out, wiggle it out. Now, what we're going to do for our brain break this time, we are going to do jumping jacks up to number 25. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of jumping jacks, doesn't it? But this is the thing, we're going to skip count by 5, all right? So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes, good job. Now, wiggle it out, wiggle it out. All right, let's get to our word work. Our word for today is amusing. What word? Amusing, yes. These toys of yours are quite amusing. Well, what does amusing mean? Amusing means that it is pleasantly funny. So, the kittens were amusing to watch as they rolled around and jumped on each other. What word? Amusing. One more time. Amusing. Now it's your turn. Have you experienced something amusing? Try to use the word amusing when telling about your experience. Like, the park was amusing because of all of the beautiful trees. Can you add what was amusing? So guys, let's brainstorm together. Are there any animals you think are amusing? Well, I think the most amusing animal there is in the world is my favorite cat. My cat at home is amusing to me. So I want you to tell your friends, what do you think is amusing? What animals have you had or have experienced that was amusing? What is our word today? Amusing. All right, guys, until next time, you have a blazing amazing day. Bye.